Hey everybody, this is MadPanda Games here, and today we're going to be tackling the demo for Square One. Now in Square One, you play as this girl, name unknown, at least I can't remember her name, who saves this girl from suicide. Or it's the other way around, but I'm pretty sure it's this one, so don't quote me. So let's get started, guys. Okay. I don't think I'll ever get used to the metro. The grating and whirring of the trains, the mixed scents of cigarettes, sweat, and 30 different types of perfume. Most of all, I don't think I'll ever get used to the people. No one looks at one another. No one talks either, save for the occasional phone call. Faceless figures shuffle in and out of the trains, always needing to be somewhere and always needing to be there before me. At first, I thought it was a very exciting place. Now, I think it's a very lonely place. So already she's become disenchanted with the world. Okay, so Caitlin. How can a place be filled with so many people and feel so empty? I'm late coming home, and the rush is halfway subsided. It's nice, at least, to be able to walk without brushing unfamiliar shoulders. My bags feel kinda heavy in my hand. I switch them over to my left, hoping to alleviate the strain. It helps a little, I suppose. I make a silent prayer to whoever's listening. Please let me get a seat so I can set these down. Time passes at a snail's pace when you're waiting for the train. It's a universal truth. Not knowing what else to do, I glance around the station. The crowd is thin enough that I can pick out individual people for once. Near the bench, there's a tall woman in khakis trying to soothe her crying boy. Maybe he's scared of trains? To my left, I see a few different people, none of whom really stand out. To my right, a gray-haired man is doing what looks like a crossword puzzle, completely ignoring everyone around him. I get the impression that he's been taking the metro for so long that he doesn't even need to read the signs. I wish that could be me, like just driving someplace where you're so used to it that you never get lost, because I get lost everywhere I go. Even places I've driven for like a few weeks. I'm just not good at directions. Near the old man, an attracted couple are holding hands while waiting for the train. It's both adorable and disgustingly cheesy at the same time. I shift my bags back to my right hand. Come on, come on, come on. I can't help but tap my fingers against my leg impatiently. When I glance back around, I notice something out of place. A strange figure is standing motionlessly at the edge of the platform. It looks like a girl, but I can't really see her face. That sounds ominous. The toes of her chic black boots are lined up perfectly with the edge of the yellow line. Is she crazy? Why would she stand there? That's pretty dangerous. I feel compelled to examine her closer. Not wanting to invade her personal space, I do my best to approach casually. Now that I'm somewhat next to her, I can see her face more clearly. I'm a bit envious of her hair. I gave up trying to curl my pin-straight locks a while ago. Every muscle in her body is tense. Her eyes are focused firmly on the ground, so all I can see are her long, damp eyelashes. Yep, this is getting worse. It's getting more ominous. I inch closer. I have no idea why, but I do. She doesn't appear to notice me. I watch, quickly becoming worried, as she lifts up her left foot for a second before putting it down again. This feels wrong. My gut twists in a nervous way the longer I look at her. Now arriving, please stand behind the yellow line until the train has come to a complete stop. I'm so focused on the girl that the recorded voice startles me. A revelation flashes through my mind as I see the train come into distant view. Oh shit, please tell me she isn't going to jump. I turn toward her, my alarm growing as she balls her fist and lifts her foot again. I have no time to think and no reason to get involved, but I do it anyway. No, don't! I dash to her side, yanking her left arm and pulling her backward forcefully. She is so shocked that she doesn't make any immediate effort to resist me. We topple over haphazardly, landing on the stone floor. My groceries crunch under us painfully. The chips must be smashed for sure, but it's stupid to worry about that right now. Yeah, you have more pressing matters to deal with, Caitlin. Our bodies are touching awkwardly, and I notice the faint aroma of vanilla and bergamot. Before I try to stand up, the girl glares at me accusingly between heavy pants. Oh, she's pretty. but also she looks sad. Her gaze feels like violet fire, but her face is wet with tears. Whoa, her eyes are purple. Really purple. Are those contacts? Only now do I remember that I'm still grabbing onto her thin arm. She seems to realize it too, because she rips it free of my grasp and stands up quick as lightning. Why? Why did you stop me? The girl's voice is both indignant and mournful at the same time. Her body wilts like a flower, her silky hair falling forward as she looks down with intense despair. I'm not sure how to answer her question. Did I stop her because I cared? Was it just an impulse? Maybe I just didn't want to see someone die. I don't know. She doesn't wait for me to speak. More fresh tears well up in her eyes before she turns and runs away from me. Wait! My calls are in vain. She doesn't even miss a step, quickly disappearing out of my view. A few people are staring at me with shock and confusion. I suppose that to them, it looks like I just assaulted a stranger for no reason. As I right myself and stand back up, I realize that the train doors have already closed. You've gotta be kidding. The train starts to pull away, and I resign myself to picking up the remains of my bags. After a moment, I notice it. A smartphone in a silver case is lying on the ground. Without a doubt, this must be hers. I guess it fell out of her jacket pocket. I bend down to pick it up, and my hip twinges painfully. Well, now we're injured too. This day is getting better by the minute. Yeah, we're injured, people think I'm a crazy person for assaulting someone, and now I unintentionally lost or stolen someone's phone. With my bags in one hand, I use the other hand to click the button on the phone. I don't know what I'm hoping for. A name, maybe? It doesn't matter in the end because the phone is locked with a passcode. There's no name on the lock screen either. Lacking another option, I tuck the phone into my purse and walk over to sit down on the bench. She'll come back looking for her phone. I know that I would. Might not want to come back. She's thinking about committing suicide. Should stay away from the trains. And so, with that rationalization in mind, I decide to wait for her. Okay, I guess we're gonna be waiting for a long time. Long time. I'm an idiot. Stupid. I look up from browsing the web and peer once more around the station. She's not here. She wasn't here the last 10 times you looked either, stupid. How long have I been waiting? The cacophony has all but died down, and a tense hush has blanketed the station. I glance back at my phone. 10:52 p.m. I've been here for over an hour now. Why haven't I left? I'm honestly not quite sure. Perhaps I feel guilty. Perhaps I want to help. Perhaps I want to see those entrancing eyes again. Ugh. I cross my arms and lean back against the cold wooden bench, eyeing the grimy ceiling. The last train will be here soon. I'm out of time. She isn't coming. I've really gone and ruined this night for myself. I thought I knew better by now not to interfere in people's lives, but sometimes interfering is a good thing if you're saving someone's life. So don't hate yourself for that. Remember what happened last time, Caitlin? No, what happened last time, Caitlin? There's no one left in the station to watch me shake my head at myself in disgust. I gingerly pull the girl's phone out of my purse and turn the screen back on. I could try to guess her passcode, I suppose. Actually, never mind. I'm not very good at math, but even I know that there are like millions of possible combinations for a 4-digit code. Her lock screen is really plain. I don't know what I was expecting, but she doesn't even have a picture on it. It makes me sad somehow. Maybe people just don't like pictures. You know they can just have colors, right? Just give it to the police. Just wash your hands of this already. That would be the smart thing to do. But we're not very smart, are we? I stand up and do a little loop around the station, looking for a security booth or something. I don't actually know if there are any police around. Police are one of those things you never think about until you need them. Or until they want you. But let's not think about that. I shudder at that thought. Now arriving, please stand behind the yellow line until the train has come to a complete stop. There it is, the last train. Abandoning the police idea, I quickly stash the girl's phone and grab my groceries off the bench. Oh, wonderful. A slight stickiness is leaking through the bottom of one bag. It hits me. I've been sitting next to these bags so long that they've grown warm. There goes pretty much everything I bought now. Shit. I don't have time to mourn my melted ice cream. Steeling myself, I walk toward the train, pausing for only a second to look down at the yellow line. A mirage of that girl stares coldly at me as the train doors close. I just can't get her out of my mind. Who are you? Why did you? Who knows? But I have a feeling we'll find out. If nothing else, the empty train is a blessing. I end up securing a seat all by myself where I could put the grocery bags beside me. The silence in the train car would normally reassure me, but tonight is just giving my thoughts room to whirl around. If I could just get her phone unlocked, I could call someone with it. Her parents, maybe. And tell them what? Oh, hi, my name is Caitlin. Your daughter tried to kill herself and I stole her phone? Her despair-filled face flashes through my mind again. I feel surprising tears prick at the corners of my eyes. Don't cry on the train. Don't cry on the train. Despite myself, I cry on the train. That's sad. A few rogue tears slide down my face at the idea that had I not been there, that girl might be dead. I don't think I was wrong to stop her, even if she might hate me for it. Just like Brooke says, we all have times where we need someone to save us. My eyes wander toward the window as I brood over the night's events. Why am I getting this worked up over a stranger? Why am I like this? I feel a bit sick. When the train car begins to slow, I barely register it until the familiar recorded voice jolts me awake. Gathering my things in a fog, I step out of the car and onto the platform. Instinctively, I carefully step over the yellow line for reasons I don't comprehend. Time to go home and sleep. I'll figure out what to do later. Okay, let's see what our house looks like. Nope, it's still the trains. Nope, that's not it. Oh, pretty. That's pretty. Okay, it's a dorm. Look, there's a bird. There's a bird and there's a heart. Oh, that's pretty too. Pretty lamp, pretty pictures. Oh, this must be our roommate. Well, roommate's bed at least. The dorm is eerily still at this time of night. I almost feel like a burglar when I sneak into my room. My eyes take a long moment to readjust when I flick the lamp on. For the first time since Nikki left, I miss having your roommate. Okay, so we don't have a roommate anymore. The loneliness of my situation looms over me like a shadowy curtain. Get it together, Caitlin. Life goes on. Pep-talking myself is about as effective as could be expected. I slide off my shoes with a sigh and nudge them into the corner with my foot. My thoughts return suddenly to my groceries. I wonder what's salvageable. Probably nothing. I open one bag and look inside. The wreckage glares back at me. The only real survivors appear to be my 2 cups of instant ramen, which isn't very good. Ah, the food for the soul. I'm glad I still have you at least. I respectfully disagree with that statement. After rescuing the ramen cups out of the bag, I toss the refuse unceremoniously into the trash can nearby. The ramen ends up in my little pantry because I find myself surprisingly without appetite. As much as I tell myself that there's nothing more I can do, it feels as if the girl's phone weighs 200 pounds in my purse. I take it out and resist the temptation to look at the screen again before putting it face down on my desk. Tomorrow. This is a tomorrow Caitlin problem. She's got this. Probably not. Checking my own phone briefly, I find nothing of significance has happened since I got off the train. I plug it into the charger next to my bed. My eyes wander one more time over to the silver phone. I'm sorry I can't charge both of you. I go through the motions as normal and flomp onto the bed in my favorite pajamas, but sleep just won't come. Every time I close my eyes to sleep, I replay the night's events in Technicolor in my mind instead. Train tracks, purple eyes, vanilla and bergamot, streaming tears. I remember the helplessness I felt with Brooke 3 years ago, watching her get tinier and tinier, not knowing what to say when she stopped bringing even blueberries to lunch. Oh. I didn't give up with Brooke, and I won't give up on this girl. Opening my eyes, I whisper a promise into the darkness. I'm going to find you. Somehow. My hasty resolution made, I find myself finally drifting off to sleep. Oh, that's kind of a cool effect. It's like your eyes are actually closing. And now? Is it? Okay, it's still dark. Sometime later, I'm jolted awake by a non-existent threat. It's still dark. I don't know how long I was asleep, but it can't have been enough. I feel heavy and disoriented. Was I dreaming? I don't remember. Great. Shaking off my sleepiness enough to get my bearings, I fumble around near the bed until my hands find a familiar object, my phone. I click the lock screen only to cringe reflexively when the screen light blinds me temporarily. What time is it? The clock shines back at me, 1:21 a.m. Ugh. The reasonable part of my body wants to go back to bed, but I'm restless. The room feels lonelier than usual tonight. What am I supposed to do this late, though? I would call Brooke, but she'd sleep through a fire alarm, which isn't very helpful. If there's a fire alarm, you need to get up and go. Suddenly, an idea pops into my brain. I know who to call. Andrew. We haven't talked in a while anyway, and he's a super night owl. He'll be awake for sure. I flick through my favorites list and tap Andrew Bryant. It only rings one time before a smarmy voice resonates in my ear. Oh, look who it is. Is this some kind of interstate booty call? You're shameless. That wasn't a no. No, this isn't a booty call. Shame. Bye then. Damn this guy for being both charming and infuriating at the same time. I miss him. You're not gonna hang up on me. Nah, I guess I have some time. What are you doing awake at this godforsaken hour? I giggle a little to myself at the absurdity of Andrew worrying about my sleep schedule. Andrew, the guy who is often still awake when the sun comes up. I just had a bad night and wanted to talk. Is that cool? Sure. You know I just like to tease you. I take a deep breath and ponder what to say next. How do I even begin? Okay, so, tonight I was taking the metro back to campus and I met this girl. Huh, was it love at first sight? Andrew's cracking up at his own joke. I blush a little, but I can't let him derail this conversation. Not at all. It was not like that. Andrew, she tried to jump in front of the train. Shit. His laughter catches in his throat and dies there. The emptiness is crushing and neither of us knows when to speak again. Is she okay? His words are hesitant. Yes, I grabbed her before she did it. Thankfully. You grabbed her? Ooh, Caitlin, you always were the hero type. I bristle for a moment, but Andrew continues without hostility. I'm sorry that happened. You did a good thing. I hope so. She wasn't very thankful. Actually, she seemed disappointed. Well, I don't know anything about her, so... Andrew's voice trails off. I can practically hear him frowning through the phone, picking his words carefully. She might not be thankful right now, but that's okay. What did you do after? Call the cops? That's what I should have done. I just couldn't think straight in the moment. Well, she ran away before I could do anything. I feel pathetic for not doing more. Andrew, for one, isn't joking around with me. I wanted to chase after her, but she was too fast. To make things worse, she dropped her phone when we fell. Her phone? What did you do with it? At first I waited to see if she'd come back, but she didn't. Then the last train came, and I didn't know what else to do. You took it home, didn't you? He finishes my sentence with a knowing tone. I shake my head sheepishly, even though I know he can't see it. I did. I thought that maybe I could use it to find her. It's locked though, and her name isn't on the lock screen or anything. Do you think you could grab it? Andrew's tone changes to one of cautious excitement. Yeah, I can. Why? Unplugging my phone, I take it with me as a light source and walk over to my desk. Okay, I've got it. I carefully pick up the girl's phone with my right hand and turn it on. What now? If you can't unlock it, you can find out who she is, right? Yes, but... Maybe you've forgotten already, but I know a little something about cracking security. Andrew sounds like his smug self again now. Of course he would know what to do. Leave it to a cybersecurity major to be there conveniently when I need a phone hacked. So, we're hacking a phone? Looks like we're hacking a phone. Okay, I'm down with it. Hacked? Are you crazy, Caitlin? Yes, we are. Wait, are you gonna hack her phone? It might solve the mystery, but it would definitely be illegal. I'm not gonna do it. You are. Andrew sounds delighted. I wish I shared his enthusiasm. You're joking. I'm not, though. It's not that hard to bypass a lock screen. Really. Maybe I should turn it into the police tomorrow after all. Andrew's tone becomes serious again. Yeah, you could do that. And after you do, It'll sit in some locker forever unless she happens to come by to claim it. Is that okay by you?" He's right. All the police will do is stick it in the lost and found. I shouldn't be doing any of this, but I was already involved as soon as I took the phone with me. "Fine. Tell me what to do. Slowly." I can hear the grin on Andrew's face and he replies, "Atta girl." For what feels like an eternity, I cradle my phone against my shoulder and follow Andrew's instructions. I plug the girl's phone into my computer, following a long list of nonsensical steps under his careful guidance. It isn't as bad as I expected, although he makes sure to tease me for my lack of computer savvy the whole way. Okay, that's it. Now reboot it and the lock screen should be beautifully passcode free. Andrew's smug satisfaction is almost cat-like. I hope this works. Shit, I hope she doesn't hate me for this. The screen finally flashes back on, playing a little jingle along with a Horizon logo. After a moment, I see her plain old lock screen. It says, "Swipe to unlock now." It's hard to constrain my feelings of anxious delight. So friggin' do it! Did you get cold feet or something? Holding my breath, I swipe my index finger across the screen. A clicking sound plays and the display changes to reveal the home screen. Her background, much unlike the dreary lock screen, is a breathtakingly beautiful picture of a night sky filled with pink shimmers. Whoa, it worked! I'm impressed at our handiwork. Most of the credit goes to Andrew, of course, but I'm proud nonetheless. Of course it worked. I told you it wasn't that hard. I can almost envision Andrew crossing his arms in cocky triumph. You were right, so, frozen in place with my forefinger poised above the screen, I find myself stuck on what to do next. What now? I mean, what should I do? You are such a goof. Check her face box or something. Sorry, Andrew? For some reason, I feel like it'd be wrong to just start digging through all of her private information, with him on the line especially. Is it okay if I let you go? Not that I'm trying to get rid of you, but it just feels better to try to keep her stuff private. Please don't be offended. Instead of sounding offended, Andrew's tone softens. Good point. I don't want to know anyway. Real talk though? Sure. I just feel like I should warn you. First, I'm not involved. Second, he clears his throat and pauses for a while, as if gathering his thoughts. I know I don't get a say in what you do with your life anymore. His words sound slightly pained. But you should know this could turn out really bad. You don't know anything about this girl. How do you know she's not gonna flip the hell out on you for hacking her phone? Andrew, You're gonna do it anyway. I know that. At least promise me you'll try to be safe. You always try to save everyone, Caitlin. I just think you should remember that some people don't want to be saved. I get it. Sorry for worrying you. I'm not gonna do something stupid like meet her in a back alley or something. What if she doesn't want anything to do with me after I give this back? I heave a deep sigh at the thought. If she takes her phone back and I never see her again, I won't stalk her or anything weird like that, okay? I'll let it go, but I have to try. Okay, holding you to it. Andrew seems a bit relieved. Night then. Thanks again. Good night. The line goes dead without another word, and I can't help but feel a little melancholy. Even though Andrew and I mutually broke up, I get the feeling that he's still upset with me. Not that he'd ever tell me that. Oh, so they were a thing. Oh. Way too late to revisit that now. I should focus on what's in front of me. Andrew will be okay. I unlock the girl's phone once more and take a closer look at its contents. She has all the usual apps, but that's about it. Facebox, Quibbler, ViewTube. Holy shit, no way. When I open her full menus, I see an unmistakably familiar icon. SEU Connect, complete with the St. Euphemia's logo. This girl is a student of St. Euphemia's. Shit. I panic for a moment. What fucked up twist is this that she goes to my school? Breathe, Caitlin. This is a good thing. Probably. I hesitantly tap the app icon, watching as the screen pops up. As if it were almost too easily, I immediately spot the information I'd been hoping for in the top left corner. Hello, Leela. Leela. So your name is Leela. Okay. The events of the night flicker once more through my tired mind. Who are you, Leela? What pushed you into doing such an awful thing? A first name isn't enough. I need her last name, too. Intent on solving the mystery, I explore the app, hoping that her full name will be displayed somewhere. After a few moments, I find my answer in the form of her class schedule. Leela Madani. She's a junior. Older than me, then. She's not in any of my classes, but I wasn't expecting that. That'd be a real stretch. I closed the app with a relieved sigh, the first step of my mission completed. Now what? I'm no expert at this kind of thing. I guess I'll just have to look for her on campus tomorrow. Yeah, campus is good. Lots of people, just in case. A wave of relief washes over me, and the tiredness I'd kept at bay envelops me all at once. The phone falls slack in my hand, resting on my chest. In a matter of moments, I'm powerless to keep my eyes from closing. Okay. Is this the end of the demo, or is there going to be more? Oh, there is going to be more. Okay. I think I'm going to stop right here and finish it in another episode. So, let's see. Log, auto, save. Here's save. Okay. Empty. Page 1. So, this is MadPanda signing out. If you like my content and you want to see more content like this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. Once again, this is MadPanda signing out. See you later, guys.